You
So how
don't
do I
have
know?
the, you
How
don't
do I
have
know
the,
that it is performing good?
yeah, this is just a part of, it is before test and training. This comes before testing and training. Okay.
Okay,
I
ma'am.
didn't, I didn't get your question.
So basically, I've done the clustering. So
Hmm.
now, how do I know that my clusters are actually they are similar to each other?
Um,
Like based on the meaningful way, when I see the items which has been clustered.
hmm. Yeah, you are grouping the cluster based on some similarity, right? It is showing some similarity, then only you will be able to make the clusters.
Yes, ma'am. Like that is in the mathematical meaning that
Yes.
these are similar. But
Yeah.
if I go to the data set and think in the real world that this was the item and they has been grouped together. So based on
Yes.
that, how should I
Because
check?
yes, that's what I showed in the code, right? There are built-in functions available here. Agglomerative clustering, right? Are you able to see this? Agglomerative clustering, red
Yes.
color. It's a built-in function. It is able to fetch the similar data points and grouping them into clusters. It is taking care of it, but we are studying manually. Here, whatever we saw here in this previous method, these are all manual methods. So finally, what we are studying here, it is how this function is performed by Python libraries, Python built-in functions. Python codes are taking care of it. Your task is just to standardize the values and put that standardized data invoking the relevant functions. That's it. Rest will take care of taken care of by the Python function. It is only showing Python code is showing you. Here we are getting right. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, if I use some other algorithm also and like if I test both of them, like which is performing the better, then how should I know, ma'am?
Yeah, you should do different methods, then only you will be able to understand. There is no method as such where you can call all the methods like word, single. You have to call independently, individually.
Yes, ma'am. Like I called ward, then I
Hmm.
also called single linkage. Then how
Yeah.
should I know which one is the better one?
Again, yes. Which one is the better one? It depends on the computational steps, number of computational steps, and computational time. Okay, for that you have to include different functions to calculate the time complexity, space complexity. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Because in both of them, I'm confused. Like in both of them, I will get two clusters. In both
Yes.
of them, they are giving some output. They are giving some
Correct.
0, 1. But 0,
Correct.
1, how should I know that this has been something wrong? This has been classified, and the other one has classified it into a better cluster.
Yes, that you have to judge by the performance of algorithms. What are the different performance metrics you are considering? R1 precision call, F1 score, everything. Below that, you just include the time complexity as well. Okay, time complexity and space complexity, right? So then you will be able to, after knowing the time complexity, space complexity, you will be able to judge which one performs better. Remind me in the next class, I will get back to you. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
Yeah,
ma'am.
fine. I will show how to judge the performance. So now this is clustering. Second is hierarchical clustering is done. Third one is density based clustering. So now, where exactly is clustering used? What are the real-time examples or the use cases of clustering? Clustering technique is used in Amazon recommendation system, Netflix movie recommendation system, Amazon Prime movie recommendation system, Flickr, or it is used in businesses for retail store. used in banking to calculate the credit score or for customer segmentation. Clustering is used in insurance companies. So nowadays clustering is everywhere, okay, across all the businesses. Okay. What is density-based clustering? What do you understand by this figure? Density-based clustering. What are the differences between 1, 2, and 3 diagrams? Yes.
In the first diagram, the data is.
Yes, one of you please start.
In the first one. Okay.
Yes, okay.
So in the first one, basically the data is not that much scattered and it has been properly divided into 3 parts. So this means in 3 places the density is in a good way it is distributed. But in the
Yes.
second one, that is the right top one. In
Clusters
that,
are of arbitrary shape, right? Second diagram.
yes, ma'am, it's scattered a lot. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then in the bottom one, in that actually, yeah, I think in that also it's scattered a lot.
Yes, correct. So I think you know a little bit about K-means clustering. Priyanka madam might have discussed about K-means clustering in the previous class in vague, right? What is K-means clustering? It's a partition-based method. Okay, partition-based means it bifurcates the data sets into clusters, where the clusters are of spherical shape. You will study this K-means in detail in the next class. Don't worry. Okay, partition-based clustering and hierarchical-based techniques, they are efficient methods with the normal shaped clusters. These are normal shaped, and here these are perfectly isolated clusters, what you can say. So these are there are no outliers, there are no noise, and they are belonging to particular clusters. So there is a clear separation among these set of data points. So these data points are bifurcated into 3 clusters. So here this, what you can see, the data set can be easily divided into 3 clusters. This can be done using k-means or some other algorithms. Okay, and in the second diagram, the data points are dense. They are scattered everywhere. Here also, look at this. Here the data points they are grouped into arbitrary shape, right? They are grouped into arbitrary shape, and they include the outliers also. What are outliers? What are outliers? A data point is considered as an outlier if its neighborhood does not have enough other points. It means if it is far away from other dense data points, then it is considered as an outlier. Okay, and so look at these 3 diagrams. Here also data points are scattered. There is no particular shape as such. So what is this density based clustering? What does it do? Density based clustering. This algorithm groups the data points into a particular cluster based on their distance, based on how close they are situated with each other. So they are able, now we have different algorithms under density based clustering. One of the algorithms is DBSCAN. What is DB-scan? It's a density-based clustering. So what is DB-scan? The long form of DB-scan is density-based spatial clustering of applications with noise. What does it mean? This clustering algorithm is able to deal with arbitrary shape of clusters, and this algorithm can efficiently handle the noise. It can take the data set that has noise or outlier and it can perform well. So DB-scan, what is the acronym? Density based spatial clustering of applications with noise. So it's a must question for your MCQ. I may twist the acronym name in DB-scan, density based spatial clustering of applications with noise. It means based on the distance between the data points, we are grouping them into clusters. So DB-scan is a well-known clustering algorithm commonly used in data mining techniques, and it can deal with arbitrary shapes of clusters of varying sizes, and it is able to handle smaller data set, larger data set. It can take the larger data sets which is containing noise and outliers. Sometimes outliers are treated as noise. Okay. And this algorithm groups data points together which are close enough based on some measurement. What is the distance measurement or distance metric? Based on Euclidean distance and a minimum number of points. And it also marks. Yes.
Ma'am, why there are so many clustering algorithms, ma'am? Like ultimately it boils down to the Euclidean distance between the points, data points, right?
No. Instead of Euclidean distance, you can try Manhattan distance also.
Okay, yeah, ma'am. That is also distance only, right?
Yeah. See,
Why
you are studying.
Density also here means the closeness, right? How closely they are really related.
Yes. Yeah. So your question is why so many clustering algorithms?
Like everything is similar only to me, ma'am. We are calculating the minimum distance between the points and clustering. And in hierarchy also we did that, and k-means also like it is like that only, distance only.
But here in clustering in DB-scan, you are deciding the number of clustering in advance, number of clusters in advance. But in k-means, you are not deciding the number of clusters in advance. Okay, we'll discuss the pros and cons of each and every algorithm towards the end. Let me complete all these algorithms. Then you can compare and you can justify. Okay. Is that clear?
Yeah, okay, ma'am. Yeah.
But after this, after studying DB-scan and k-means, you will be able to judge which one performs better based on some criteria. I will complete, then you can coin this question. Okay, so it is able to deal with arbitrary, but see, DB-scan is able to make arbitrary, it is able to discover the arbitrary shaped clusters of varying sizes, but k-means doesn't do this. Okay, it takes the data or clusters of particular size. It creates clusters in spherical form, but here it is able to recognize, it is able to create the data sets of arbitrary sizes of varying length. But this has a this is a major drawback for k-means. We'll discuss that once I complete k-means. And k-means is not able to detect outliers. When it comes to noisy data, when it comes to outliers, k-means performs poor. In that case, you have to use DB-scan. Okay, DB-scan is basically used when you have data set which are of noisy and arbitrary shape data points. And it is a clustering algorithm that defines clusters as continuous regions of high density, and it works well if all the clusters are dense enough and well separated by low density regions. It means here you saw this, you saw what are these, what do you understand by this diagram? The purpose of including this diagram has some meaning. These are the data points. What do you understand by this diagram figure? It has data points and the clusters are of arbitrary shape. They are located, these are the dense regions and these are outliers. But if you feed the same data set to k-means, k-means does not perform well. It cannot handle the outliers. It cannot bifurcate or it cannot recognize arbitrary shape clusters. Okay. So now density based clustering algorithm. You already know the acronym, and it finds arbitrary shaped clusters and clusters with noise. Here there are two important parameters for DBSCAN. What are those? Epsilon, EPS, and second one is min points. What is epsilon EPS value? It is the distance that specifies the neighborhoods. 2 points are considered to be neighbors if the distance between them is less than or equal to EPS. What is EPS? In general, EPS is radius around each point. Okay, radius I'll show in the next slide. EPS is the radius around each point. For example, if I take a point here, if EPS value is yeah, I will show. So here I will take a data point, okay, and if I take EPS as 0.3, okay, 0.3. So if this is the data point, what is EPS? The radius of this data point is 0.3 and circle around this. This gives the EPS value, okay. Radius around each point is EPS. Data point, if EPS is 0.2, where EPS is set to 0.2, circle around this data point. This is the EPS. Okay. Yes, what is EPS? Radius around each point. It specifies the distance, distance that specifies the neighborhoods. 2 points are considered. 2 points are neighbors if the distance between them is less than or equal to EPS. Next, min points. What is min points? Minimum number of data points to define a cluster. That is the minimum number of data points that should be around that point within the radius. It will be clear when I take example. So here, based on these two parameters, EPS and min point, there are a few more points. Core data points. Data points are categorized into 3 parts: core point, border point, and outlier. What is core point? A point is a core if there are at least minimum number of points, including the point itself, in its surrounding area with EPS. Okay, what is a core point? A point is a core point if there are at least minimum number of points in its surrounding area with the radius EPS. Border point, if it is reachable from the core point and there are less than minimum number of points within its surrounding area. Outlier, what is outlier? If it is neither a core point nor a border point and it is not reachable from any core points. So now yeah, these things will be clear when I take an example. Now let us take this example. So what do you understand by this? Look at this diagram. What are X and Y? What are X and Y here? Here I have taken 2D data set. There are 13 points. Okay, here data set, it's a data set of 13 points. And if I take these 13 points, this is a graph shown here. Plot the same points here in this graph, and I am getting the clusters, 2 clusters. Okay, this is I have taken 2-dimensional data just for easy understanding. Remember, DBSCAN algorithm can handle multi-dimensional data as well. Okay, so if you take these 2 points x and y, 13 observations, there are 2 possible clusters formed here, right? 2 possible clusters, this one and this one, and the points 1 and 5, 4 and 3, 5 and 6. What are these? What are these points? 1 point, this one. What are the coordinates? 1 and 5, 4 and 3, and 5 and 6. What are these points?
Outlier points.
Yes, these are outliers because they are not belonging to either this cluster or this cluster. They are not belonging to either of them. So they are treated as outliers. So actually DB-scan algorithm should make clusters and exclude outliers, these outliers. Okay, DB-scan, it is able to make clusters and it is able to exclude these outliers. Okay, next we will understand how this algorithm works more in detail. So let us take the values. You can note down EPS value is 0.3, okay? EPS value is 0.3 and minimum number of points, mean points is 4. What does it mean? We know that DB scan algorithm takes 2 parameters, EPS and min points. EPS is what? Radius around each point, right? Radius around each point, EPS, and the minimum number of data points that should be around that point within the radius, minimum points, that is minimum points. Now look at this. For example, for this particular point, what to say, let us take the point 1.5 and 2.5. Okay, 1.5. For example, consider these points 1.5 and 2.5. If we take minimum EPS value as 0.3. See 1.5 here. If you take this graph, where is 1.5? 1.5 and 2.5. Where is 1.5 and 2.5? Yes, if we take the data points 1.5 and 2.5, this particular, okay, this is the point 1.5 and 2.5. If your EPS value is 0.3, okay, if your EPS value is 0.3, what does it mean? This is the point to be considered. If value of EPS is 0.3, it means take the radius as 0.3 and circle around this data point. Circle around this data point. So how many number of points are there here? Surrounding points. This is the what are the coordinates of this point? 1.5 and 2.5. EPS value is 0.3. So take the EPS radius, take this point, target this point, take the EPS value as 0.3 as radius and then circle around this data point. Now, how many number of data points are coming into this particular circle? It will contain only 1 point, that is this particular point. What are the coordinates? 1.2 and 2.5, right? So if you take this, only this is the number, this is the data point in its neighborhood. What are the coordinates? 1.2 and 2.5, isn't it? Now it is shown here. You can see in this circle there is only one neighboring point. So for this, for 1.5 and 2.5, when the EPS value is 0.3, the number of points, neighborhood points, the number of neighboring points is just 1. Okay, it is only 1. What does it mean? What are the minimum points value we have set? We have taken minimum number of points as 4. So here the number of points, minimum number of points in this circle we are getting is 1. So what does it mean? Since this is less than the minimum number of points, what should be done? That is the next step. For that, there are algorithm steps. First, how the DB scan algorithm works: choose the value of EPS and minimum points. For a particular data point X, calculate its distance from every other point. Next, find all the neighborhood points of X which fall inside the circle of radius EPS, or simply choose the distance, whose distance from X is smaller than or equal to EPS. Next, treat X as visited, and if the number of neighborhood points around X is greater than or equal to minimum number of points, then X becomes the core point. If X is not assigned to any cluster, create a new cluster and assign what is that to that, assign X to that. If the number of neighborhood points around X are less than the minimum points and it has a core point in its neighborhood, treat X as a border point. Include all the density connected points as a single cluster. Repeat the steps 1 through 6 for each and every unvisited data point in the data set, and find out all core, border and outlier points. So now let us begin with this example. Take EPS as 0.6 and minimum points is 4. It means for each and every data point you have to consider the radius 0.6, circle around it, find out how many number of data points are the neighboring data points to that particular point, decide whether you are able to form a cluster, and then categorize whether it is a core point, border point or an outlier. So this process, all these steps, this is a recursive process. Okay, after the first iteration, a point may not be treated as a border point. Okay, a point may not become as a border point, or it may become a border point or core point in the next iteration. So it is a recursive process. So if the number of neighborhood points around X is greater than or equal to minimum points, X is treated as a core point. If the neighborhood points around X are less than the min points, but it is a core point, then X is treated as a border point. Remember these points. So this graph shows the different values, different data points when they are targeted, and we are choosing EPS as 0.6, min points as 4, min points as 4. Now here there is a point, this point, it is a core point. Okay, it is a core point. What does it mean? It has, why it is a core point? Tell me. It is marked as a core point. Why it is marked as a core point? Look at these values. If you take this as a point, take 0.6 as a radius and circle this, and then calculate the neighboring data points. What are the neighboring data points? How many neighboring data points are there in this? There are 4 neighboring data points, 1, 2, 3 and 4. So if number of data points is greater than or equal to minimum points, min points, then this becomes the core point. That is why it is a core point. Then this is indicated as a border point. Why it is indicated as a border point? First target this data point, take the EPS as 0.6 value, circle around this and find out the number of data points. Here only one data point is a neighboring data point. Okay, and this is only one, right? 1 is less than 4, right? It is less than 4. So the outlier, so it becomes, if there is a point, it has minimum, it has less than number of minimum points, then it becomes a border point. And what is outlier point? Outlier point is one which is neither border point nor core point, which is totally scattered away from both of these points. Yes. Now we will apply DBSCAN algorithm. Time up. You have next class? Is the class till 11:35 or 45? Why, Priya? What happened? Not well?
Ma'am, you only ask no, ma'am, whether it is 35
Voice is
or
breaking.
45.
Are you okay?
What's
Voice is
that?
breaking.
Ma'am,
Voice is-
internet, ma'am, internet.
Oh, okay,
Internet.
okay, fine. I think bandwidth is varying. That's why signals are also varying. Why signals are varying? Okay, fine, no issue. So remaining, we'll see in the next class. Thank you, everyone. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have some doubts in the paper, ma'am.
In the paper.
Yes, ma'am. Mid-sem.
We'll discuss later. I have classes for PG, MTech.
Okay, I texted the message, ma'am, about that. You
Yeah,
didn't.
I will see when I'm free. Okay.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Fine, thank
Or
you,
else
ma'am.
I will call you when I'm free.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, fine.
Ma'am, can you stop the recording?
Why? Who started the recording? I will get all the details here.
Class
Okay. Huh? Hello? Who started the recording?
Serious.
Huh? Yes, you can leave now. I think some are there still not leaving the group. It means their presence is shown. They are somewhere else.
Ma'am, stop the recording. Can you stop, ma'am? Like
Why?
it will be being recorded, ma'am. If someone is there, it will go on record.
So what?